brings for his team as well. So keep your eyes on Sheo in this game. He's going to be very important to the success of the team, but there's a decent amount of scaling on both sides. I'm expecting the faces to the players. Yeah. Of course, we've casted for quite a while now. A couple of new faces to the roster that joined in this year as Carlson in quite a lot of danger.
Yeah, Scumon's on the chaser. Carlson trying to get away, but Hans Summer with the ghost. That's first blood!
Which allowed him to freely trade back onto Flackhead. You can see they're about to hit that level 2 mark. They're going to threaten an all-in.
Oh, LeBron goes in immediately as they look for the engage on Flackhead. No real escape here for the Yanava. He'll flash, but Hans Summer still has his. Sten flashes as... And force Sheo and Camilo away. Sorry.
Hex Flash
Camilo away. Hex Flash going in. Flame Chomper's down as well as Broken Blade's down to 300 HP. Knocked into the wall. It's a solo bolo! It's Carl!
Deal with as we transition later on into this game, but Hans Summer being accelerated likely will be able to work towards that itemization that has a way of dealing with Carlson. Into the mid lane is it is harder for you to get priority on that lane.
I mean, this is the problem. Carlson's just going to go in. There's the all-out follow-up. Hans Summer's already burnt the flash, doesn't have the ghost. The TP coming in to try and help him out, but he might be dead before his help arrives. LeBron now. No way for him to deal with the Kazante. Carlson. Sky Sunfire Cape. That is a dearth of completions for Heretics, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just give this one up. It will only be the first break of the game for G2. Heretics getting that earlier one when G2 swapped to top means they don't have to be too worried about too many dragons. Sten there, knocked back with a flash forward out of the prop. He's going to try and flash away, but he's slammed into the wall and he's just dead. And Over is going to be so dramatically accelerated. And you look for Heretics, like, where is our key point that can deal with this Jinx? It's only Carlson, really, at the moment who can do it. And there's enough protection for G2 to keep that Jinx alive.
Caps gonna get a bit of damage down onto Sheo.
Decimating Smash coming out across the wall from Broken Blade's not gonna connect. Cyclone out of Sheo, and again, a Heretics player just overstepping. Tibbers brought to the party just to make sure the Caps doesn't die. He does not, and he picks up his first of summer.
I think it's also just worth reminding some of the individual mistakes that we have still seen from them this game, right? And the fact that Broken Blade die in the 1v1, Hans gets caught out in the top lane as well. And these are the things that we're still keeping our eyes on. Sten finds himself caught once more.
Yep, once again, just overstepping. Flame Chompers behind him, stunned up with a trample, slammed into the wall, and Sten dies again.
Continue to move to their side of the jungle.
He can't dash away because of the steadfast presence. He puts the Emperor's Divide down, but Caps is running past the tower, decides against it with the TP coming in. The trample being used as well by LeBron. Doesn't get the stun. Stend misses the Glacial Fissure, but Sheo uses the Hex Gates to slide his way in, and Camilo, in the end, is getting paid.
At the very pretty much everything on the map. They need to find these cross maps where they can.
They're about to be in a 2v5 in this top side. Scumon looking for the damage onto Sheo. LeBron coming in as well. Pops the trample early, trying to get that stun. Cyclone out from Sheo will keep him alive for now, but the chase continues. LeBron lands the knocker, and Broken Blade brings down the axe. Carlson under his tier 2 has Sten to defend, and he will manage to escape.
Another tower gonna go in favor of G2. This time they brought cavalry while making this play happen on the top side of the map. And Heretics, they're doing the right thing. They're trying to cross map on the bot side, but with the Herald, they're just not going to be able to contest fast enough. G2 looking to knock down their second tower in the top lane.
Later on in the game.
Sheo doesn't have ulti, making this fight much harder to pull off. Camilo is in the area. G2
Hexgate behind from LeBron, has the blast cone too. Could Hex flash across this wall, looks for the chase. The Tippers down onto Stend. Flashes away from the headbutt pulverized combination. Drake goes.
The question is that they spread themselves too thin. Heretics trying to find a way into the objective.
Broken Blade doesn't have ultimate. Keeper's Verdict coming out, hits onto the Wukong, and now Stend is in for a world of hurt once again. Locked up in the jungle, tries to escape. Another order will be enough. Scumon flashes forward, and the zap doesn't even need to connect. Scumon now slid back into the face of Sheo. Carlson looking for the flank as well. There's the shutdown for Sheo. Carlson going in. Hans Summer flashing out. Heretics will take their kill, but they lost a man and the Atakan alongside it.
I think the zone control that G2 had, with all the pressure they were exerting on the map, made it very difficult for Heretics to enter. But then it was G2 that initiated the fight. And now Broken Blade might be in a bit of danger.
Blackhead has one item, I think. Yeah, I can see how aggressively, how far up Carlson's pushing in that wave to make sure that the mid lane minions die first. G2 will start up the Drake. They're not really forcing to defend around their mid lane tier 1. Heretics now stepping forward. Glacial Fissure, Caps gets the stun before the Cyclone comes out. Drake over to G2. The engage continues and Hunsummer's untouched. Unbreakable Stend is no longer. Hunsummer left to deal with Carlson, but Caps flashes in and Tibbers finds his man. Carlson knocked back. G2 defend their AD carry. It's a double for the Jinx, and BB and Caps are not done yet. Super Mega Death Rocket connects onto the Azir. Sheo should get out with the blast cone, but Caps might cut him off. Tibbers there to try and give vision. Caps no flash, but does have the stun. Flash forward, Cyclone. Caps will die to the tower, but Sheo will follow suit to the axe of Broken Blade.
A nice counterplay from Sheo, but it was a last-ditch effort as the rest of Heretics fall. G2 make the front-to-back happen. They win the team fight. They're looking to secure another tower. They get themselves the Drake. And this game is all but said and done, as G2 just seem to be in full control 25 minutes in.
Yeah, it's almost a 6 dashes. If your Wukong's going to get in, it's a dash Cyclone. If the Kasante's going to get in, it's a dash Pathmaker. If Camilu's going to get in, he has to dash too. Broken Blade just tanking up Heretics. At 3 items, LeBron going in for the engage. There's a knockup onto Carlson. Flame Chomper's not quite perfectly placed. Stend has to flash the wall on someone else, will get the knockup onto him. Super Mega Death Rocket follows up, and Hunsummer with the zap threads the needle. Blackhead putting out some DPS himself as Carlson's forced back towards the Razor Beat camp. G2 will settle for that, playing a 4v5, getting a kill, and getting a tier 2 on bot side.
Now the classic split push Annie coming through from Caps on the other side of the rift as the Baron is going to be started off. G2 is looking to put pressure across all sides of the map on the Heretics. Skewmon is getting a little bit low.
You've got the Buckler on the Poppy, so he should be able to just shield himself up. TP in from Caps. He wants to join the fight around the big purple worm.
Okay,
Sheo can still look for the steal here.
But the Poppy ult, remember the Poppy ult.
Look at where Lebrov is trying to be a nuisance. Gets the knockback, but it's only onto the decoy and onto Camilu. Still, because Lebrov is there, Sheo can't get into the pit before it's secured. Skewmon dashing in, flashing in, looking for the kill, and Sheo will fall. The Cyclone, a breath of air at most, not tempestuous at all, as G2 find 2 Blackheads down. Stend and Camilu forced away. Carlson retreating to his base, now stops his recall to join up with the fight, but it's too little, it's too late. Camilu and Carlson full HP, and immediately G2 turn their attentions across towards the Kasante. Decimating Smash will be blocked, but the Steadfast Presence blocks the dash again. G2 16-5 up, 10k ahead, and we wondered whether the G2 vacation memes would continue. It seems the dreams of Heretics have been turned into nightmares. G2, in dominant fashion, will take the win.
An impressive performance, specifically from Skewmon on Lebrov in the early game. The way that they put Sheo behind and they built up and executed in the mid-game was fantastic to see. G2 with a strong showing overall here in Game 1 of this series.
Not much Heretics can do to defend G2. Not yet focusing the Nexus, but as soon as they do, they will wrap it up. Tibbers comes to make it 6v3. As even on the fountain, you are not safe. G2 1-0 up, a 14,000 gold lead at 28.5.
Yeah. I was about to list MF as an example, and then they lock MF. Every time she tries to ult, Lebrov can just be like, nope.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I am a little bit surprised. Skewmon, though, using that advantage as he sets his sights in the mid lane.
Camilu here does hit the level 6, trading onto Caps, who's still half a level away. Camilu trying to flash away. Arcane Storm down onto Caps. The shield will be enough to keep him alive. Skewmon gets the first block.
Top lane, but the Pantheon ultimate, it is available, and it's going to be invested top lane.
Starfall onto Blackhead. Doesn't have cleanse. You can flash, but you can't escape the shield. Skewmon with his Crescent Guard down. He flashes. He was hoping that Grob would go down below the 900 mark as LeBron's trading onto Camilu, and the flash forward from Caps is enough. Bullet time won't take out anyone from G2, who are now 3-0, got 2 Grubs, and have that feat of warfare. It's a UK joke. Everyone here is too European to understand.
But it's going to be an uncontested objective. And yeah, it's that you can see how in high-level League, these small decisions having these cascading effects, right? And we talked a lot enough a leader, at least when they do force the fights, they have too much of an advantage.
Humon's looking towards the mid lane, no flash on Blackhead. The duck is a Quackers. Shockwave brings him back. Blackhead with a bullet time. Caps dodges it easily. G2 4-0 now as LeBron and Hansama continue to trade on Camilo and Stend. The lane assignments from Heretics, bringing their mid laner down towards this bot side because he's the only one that can really deal with the Kate. Stend down to 300 HP, LeBron the same, Tempered Fate. Hansama's going to net to put the trap down to catch out the victor. Taken out by G2.
He's clearing through his camps. They didn't really have much setup on the objective. They do have that one ward behind on blue for a potential TP.
I don't think they're going to fight it.
They're just going to give it up.
Rift Tower charge. Ah, that's actually really nice positioning from the Pantheon, because for a second I was worried. Stend was looking for the quickness there, but because he drove into, and this is where Motorsports comes back to it, Betty.
Right.
If you hit a wall at an angle,
yeah,
because force has to be maintained,
yeah,
you bounce off at a reciprocal angle.
Yeah.
So he came in at an angle and bounced up towards the top side of the lane.
True.
Like Verstappen in 2021 when Lewis Hamilton clipped him.
There that will call you out.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, there's one in the audience.
Now, this sequence has given G2 3 towers. By putting the Herald in mid, Heretics actually responded with like 4 members to match, which then opened up for Caps to secure that bot tower, and then Broken Blade gets the assistance of Skumond to secure that top tower. Heretics should be able to trade at the very least 1 tower back, but the gold lead just continues to extend, and G2 don't really need to force anything. Their next play will likely be the Arcanas. Heretics are now trying to force something.
Grand Starfall, it's a great bait mate from G2 as they pull Heretics forward with the Shockwave early. Cosmic Bind is going to land as well on Sheo. G2, though, do not have the...
right, because it gives you that bonus AP.
Usually Death Caps are reserved for cuties. So.
Right, obviously. I don't know how to follow that, so let's talk about Camilo, who's in a lot of danger right now.
It's been caught out. LeBron's going to Magical Journey away. There's the ace in the whole follow-up. I'm sorry, Betty. It's indie music references. You have to get them out when we can. Broken Blade still trading onto Blackhead. The quickness comes out, but he flashes away from it. Mercury Treads doing a lot of work. The blast cone in time for Blackhead. Redemption onto Broken Blade will heal him up. And BB was so deep, pops the emotes. He wanders his way away. Heretics just do not have the damage.
G2 is just so far ahead right now. The number of options the Heretics have.
Oh no, Blackhead! He didn't know! Broken Blade takes him 7-0 now. G2 will get the Arcana alongside the kill. And yeah, the options have, that well seems well and truly dry.
Certainly does.
Looks like G2 will cover him just to make sure, but it's only cover, not assistance.
And I will say, for this series as a whole, the things that have stood out to me is that Labrov and Skumon are working well together.
Yeah.
One of the biggest criticisms that I think we've had of this team since its inception at the beginning of the year was that jungle support synergy, which I think was on full display in this series. And Skumon just individually did have a fantastic series overall. In Game 1, he did a really good job of shutting down Sheo. In Game 2, his ganks have been super effective, and he's been making a lot of stuff happen. Shut down. And we haven't really felt his impact. He's trying to make his presence known now. Labrov connects a stun.
Tempered Fate onto Blackhead, who doesn't have the flash, and Broken Blade's here. And once again, Broken Blade will take the kill. 3-0 now on the Jax, as you said. One of his best champions this year, only lost twice on it. Skumon's going to sit in the redemption, heal himself up, ace in the whole Crescent Guard. I can't remember a perfect game happening this year.
It's a tough one.
They don't happen that often anyway. Blackhead does have flash, but Broken Blade saves his for the last possible moment. Blackhead flashes away, the barrier comes in as well, but he's whack, whack, whack by a lamppost. Jax with 4-0. Has that Seeker's arm guard.
Sheo trying to approach the Baron, Caps, and Labrov will not allow it.
Stend is just going to die for that. He flashes away. Redemption coming out. Ace in the holes. Blocked by Carlson, who saves his support's life. Camilo the next target. And he wants to join his teammate at 0-5. Sheo, Stend, and Carlson have not died, nor got a kill, nor got an assist this game. Only Camilo and Blackhead have been involved in that KDA.
I mean, G2 have completely stopped Heretics. Like, I thought Game 1 was relatively one-sided, but...
Yeah, this is the shellacking, man.
It's a complete one-sided affair. Heretics have been completely invisible in this game.
And credit to G2 for doing that. I think Heretics have made some big mistakes. Some of the positioning, getting caught out on timers that they should have anticipated, but G2 have punished them very well with the lead they've gained.
I think that given the MSI performance, a lot of eyes are going to be on G2 coming back into the regular season, and to make a statement game like this, I think will fill G2 fans with a lot of confidence. The Dragon should be secured here by Heretics.
The Caps TP is going to come through. G2 want to force the fight.
Broken Blade goes in with a counter-strike, lands it onto 2. Skew1 there for the chase. Broken Blade still has that Seekers, remember, knocked back, knocked up, still healthy enough to continue to go forward. He carries the shockwave onto the back line, and Camilo and Flackhead fall again. Sheo joins them in the death chamber. Carlson flashes to Tempered Fate, and Skew1 and Nabrov are on a magical journey to follow him down. The rest of G2 are pushing in their base zone. He's Sten there to defend, and I don't think we can expect him to be able to do so. Broken Blade will chip him away. Carlson actually TPing back to the base means there are 2 defenders here, but their base is under siege, and they don't have trebuchets to try and take out the enemy forces.
They're actually going to choose to go back
Here
to
looking for a flank position, just trying to find some semblance of a way back into the game. We'll land the quickness, we'll land the knockup, and there won't be any follow-up damage as Carlson's defending in mid. Tempered Fate's going to hit, and the Shockwave's going to follow suit. Doesn't even need to use it. Instead, they go for Sten, who'll fall. Carlson getting chased out by Broken Blade, who's on the back line once again. Counter-strike forward. Grand Starfall for the follow-up. It's a double for Caps. Not quite a triple as it's stolen by LeBron. Hansama gets the 4th, and Carlson stands and watches as G2 crack through the base, take everything off the map apart from the bot lane inhibitor and inhibitor tower. 17-0 in under 30 minutes. This series sub-1.